We won't mention them on the show here because maybe our other best friends would be watching and would be like, oh, wait a minute, I thought I was your best friend. Our best friends. It's Hunt for Wellness, episode number 98. Welcome to Hunt for Wellness. I'm John Hunt.
And I'm Christy Hunt.
And this is the show where we help you live your best life, mind, body, and spirit. And this episode of Hunt for Wellness is brought to you by waterdistillers.com. Great machines that provide great water for your great wellness. And you can find out more at waterdistillers.com. Mm-hmm. Oh, our best friends.
Yes.
We have a lot of friends, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and life just wouldn't be the same without friends.
No, it wouldn't.
Would it? You know, we're made to be together with people. And not be hermits. We're made to be interacting and talking with others. And, you know, when I say the word best friend, you probably have a couple that come in your mind right away. You know, obviously I do. We won't mention them on the show here because maybe our other best friends would be watching and would be like, oh, wait a minute, I thought I was your best friend.
Embarrassing.
You know, but, friendship is one of those things that is kind of intangible, right?
It is. And it's really one of the best things in life.
Yeah. I mean, so how you can't but intangible is what? You can't hold on to it.
Right.
I mean, it's not.
You can't grasp.
You can't grasp it.
Right.
But you get the concept. Everyone knows what a friend is, right?
Yes.
So,
a friend, you usually have the same outlook.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're drawn to someone. I can think of one of my good friends that, you know, the first time I met him, it was just like something about, I click with this guy. I didn't even hardly know anything about him, but it was just like, I think it's very intangible. You can't even, and we weren't even friends yet, but there was just something there.
Yeah, there are certain times when you just click with a person, and there are friends that we have that no matter how much time passes between the last time that we spoke, it's like we just picked up where we were.
That's right. And I know, isn't it great? Like you could have not seen them for 2 or 3 years. You know, you spend about 2 minutes, you know, doing a quick update, and then it's just like, it's just like I saw you yesterday.
Right,
you know, and you have this. Some of them
affection
are just
towards each other.
Yeah, and it's kind of like your family members too. You know, you have these. You know, you've been with them your whole life. They're kind of your best friends. You know, we always tell our kids, you know, your sisters are your best friends. And they are. But, you know, outside your own family, you have this. I mean, think about some of the things, milestones in life that you celebrate. You know, we're going to have a couple graduations here this spring, and they're going to have parties over, and they want to invite their friends, and we want to invite our friends, and everyone's celebrating together. You know, this event, you know, our weddings. We had a wedding last year.
Yes.
Right? So, you know, friendship is really fun when you gather together and celebrate too.
It is. I mean, imagine if no friends were there.
Yeah.
To share that celebration, it would be less.
Yeah.
It'd be less of a celebration without our friends.
Yes.
And our family, but we're specifically talking about friends at this time.
Right.
And I just remember celebrating my high school graduation, how fun that was with my friends.
Yes.
You know,
now mine was so long ago.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. Like I can't remember much. Although I remember I had a keg of root beer.
Oh, that's at your party.
Yeah. But at those days you could have alcohol. I don't, you know, even at 18, but we won't talk about that.
Don't
we
talk
did.
About
we
that.
had root beer though.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But I mean, just think of our friends celebrating that with us and how special that was. And I remember college graduation and also friends visiting us, you know, we talked about at our wedding, but like after our children were born and giving us gifts and celebrating.
Bringing meals to you and just supporting you.
Celebrating that new life.
So nice. Yes.
Yes. And just going to the ocean together, experiencing that and laughing and being weird and silly. And, you know, these are some of the best things.
Yeah, and just think about it. If you didn't have friends, where's your support system?
Right.
Or when you need help moving. Although that's an interesting story.
Okay, stop that.
Okay, that's right, because they might be watching or listening. All right, well, we'll just move on from that.
Yeah, but like when you go through hard times and you need a comforting person, and that's a friend.
Right.
Listening to me when I'm having a challenge or helping me make a decision that can be difficult to make.
Right. Well, also too, like when you go out and experience a movie or a great restaurant, and you want to tell your friends.
Right. I had this great experience.
And you're going to love it. And we have some friends that are traveling right now internationally, and we're so excited for them.
Yes.
Because they are, they're going on this trip. We're not even going on the trip, but we're just excited for them because they're going to Israel, where we've been before, and we just loved it. And so, yeah, it's just exciting to live through their adventures too.
Right. Exactly. And so sometimes when we're going through those hard times, though, our friends help us remember what we might have forgotten or need to remember in this time, and they just care.
Yeah.
And
well, how about too, after someone's been like maybe in a traumatic situation, and they don't really have the capability to make decisions.
Right.
So you're there as a friend to help them make informed decisions, because they just can't make the decisions themselves.
Right.
Exactly. So friends really come in handy.
Yeah, they're very important.
Yeah.
They're extremely important. And sometimes we don't realize how important friends are until we have a situation without a friend.
Yes.
And it's also good to make new friends.
Yep.
And literally, I try to make friends wherever I go.
You do. You are super friendly.
I was in the bookstore with my daughter. We decided to go just stop in this bookstore. We hadn't been there. She hadn't been there before. And so we kind of split up because we want to look in different places. And then there's this woman looking in my section. And so I'm like, hey, what books do you like? So we started talking, and then my daughter comes by and she just kind of laughs and goes back to her section. But, I learned a few things from her. I got some book ideas, and it's great to have friends.
And you had a connection there.
We did.
Both love to read, right?
We did. Yeah. And we both like Christian books, and that's what we were looking at, Christian fiction. And so it was really fun.
Yeah. It's kind of like, if you're watching or listening to this podcast, you're probably into either natural health or, trying to improve yourself, mind, body, and spirit. And of course, otherwise you wouldn't be watching or listening.
Right.
And that's part of what we do through the business side of this as well. I mean, even our customers, we really don't look at them as customers. They're pretty much like our friends.
They are.
And a lot of them are our friends, and friends and family who, they've had an issue in their life. They tried, a bunch of different things that didn't work. And, they trusted you because of your background and said, hey, I'm dealing with this. What do you think I should do? And they trust you because you're the friend,
Right.
And that's how we treat them. I mean, we're not trying to sell a bunch of stuff to people we don't care about. I mean, we care about our customers. We care about if
you're listening
and watching, we thank you.
Yeah,
we
and we consider you our friend.
Absolutely.
And
even if we haven't met, I mean, the business side of this, there are hundreds of people who we have not met. They're just customers who buy. And because of the way the business is set up, we shared it with a few people, and they shared it with a few people who shared it with a few people. And, before you know it, we've got, people 4 or 5 levels down buying stuff, and we're getting, a result of it. But it's all started with friendships.
Absolutely. Yeah. And such a blessing. And then people, like you say, friends share with friends.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of an interesting thing, too, when we talk about the business side. In fact, we have a podcast on the business side of what we do. We'll link that in our show notes over at Hunt4Wellness.com. This is episode 98. We'll link to that other. But what's interesting is that you really don't do anything other than what you would normally do with friends. You listen. If you have a solution or something that you can offer somebody that's going to help them, why wouldn't you help a friend? You care about them.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
So I don't know if that's how you wanted to go down on this, but I think it's important because that is an intangible piece of just the business, is just the relationships. And in any business,
Yes.
it doesn't matter what you do, relationships are everything.
Yeah, they are. And so I guess we really wanted you to know that we are your friend too. And we are here for you. We'd love to connect with you.
Yeah.
And
yeah, they can do that over, if you go over to Hunt4Wellness.com, there's a little blue connect button. And we call it, our getting to know you discovery call. And you can share your health journey. And if you're looking for some ideas on this or that or the other thing, I mean, we talk about a lot of different things.
Yeah, anything related to mind, body, or spirit.
Yeah, right.
That
right. If you want to do a Bible study with us, just click that button. We probably hook you up on that too. But it is one of those things where it is important. It's important to what we do. That's why we do the podcast.
Right.
We want to share. We do the educational classes. We can put a link to that as well over to the Essential Oils 411 site. There's classes every month just to educate you on, there's other ways to deal with your mind, body, and spirit than, taking toxic drugs or chemicals or whatever.
Right. Yes.
So we like to believe in natural.
Right. Supporting the body naturally, and obviously they do too.
Yeah. Obviously. If you're still listening or watching, you must be our friend by now.
Right. So we just want you to know that we do personalized follow-up.
Yep.
With our customers, if they're open to it. If they're not open, then obviously we don't. We try to reach out, but if they don't respond, then we don't push, obviously. But we just do, for those that are willing and want to, we'll do like follow-up calls after you get your first products, figuring out what is the best thing for you based on your budget, and we can show you the best deal because we know how to get deals. And then follow up and make sure you're getting what you want and you know how to use the products, because I know essential oils are different than other things.
Right.
So we've been doing this for 12 years, using these oils and products for 12 years. So we have a lot of experience.
Yes.
But we also have other people on our team that can help us if that's an area that we haven't dealt with before.
Yeah, there are some specialists who, they've just been down a road that we haven't been down.
Right. And so
it's all a team anyway.
It's more than us. And so that's what's great. And we love those people and those relationships as well. Mm-hmm. And so we just want you to know that we're here to support you.
Yes.
And there's a Facebook group. Like John said, there's classes. We do emails.
Yep.
The podcast.
Anything we can do to help communicate and help you on your journey. Just like, we want to be helped on our journey as well. I mean, it's, we're constantly learning.
Right.
I mean, in a couple episodes ago, we talked about, we can put a link to this one. This was episode 96, I believe, where we talked about outside for spring and how when you go outside, your cortisol level goes down.
Yes.
I never knew that, but you also have, you're a nurse practitioner, you have a little bit more of a medical background and training than I do. So it's fun to learn new things.
Yes,
you want to constantly be learning, and we have a lot of learning resources available.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
So I guess the moral of the story is you can connect over at Hunt4Wellness.com. There's a blue connect button. We can connect by email, phone, text, usually 10, 15-minute initial consultation. There's no cost or anything to that. Just we want to get to know you and maybe point you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
That sound good?
Yes.
All right. And we want to tell you that this episode of Hunt for Wellness is brought to you by waterdistillers.com. Great machines that provide great water for your great wellness. Waterdistillers.com. And boy, I think now I feel like I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of friends. And guess what? They're all our best friends.
Yeah.
Aren't they? And friends, we invite you back for our next episode of Hunt for Wellness.